All right. Another thing you need to avoid is making emotional decisions. Now, this one's sort of obvious. Obviously, you know you shouldn't be making emotional decisions, but I still think you should watch this video because even though you know that you shouldn't be making emotional decisions, most of you guys still do. So it's like, maybe you should watch this video anyway because you still haven't fixed the problem. So really important in markets, you don't make emotional decisions. Why is this? Well, emotions, if you listen to them, will have you buying when you're supposed to be selling and selling when you're supposed to be buying. The only way to buy low in the green zone and sell in the red zone is to ignore emotions and listen to logic and to have a process. Because what is an emotion when you think about it? What is fear? What is greed? Well, emotions are instincts, right? It's an instinctual state of mind. Now, in the course, we've already, I think, previously talked about, from memory of the order of the course, we've already talked about instincts. We've already talked about the difference between intuition and instincts, right? And how if you listen to your instincts, you're listening to your base level programming that you were basically given at birth, right? You're born and you've got downloaded software on your Apple computer the first day you open it, and then later on you add apps, right? But when you get the laptop, you've got fucking GarageBand, you've got iTunes, you've got Safari, right? You've got these base foundational apps. When with real life, with humans, you're born with the ability to feel fear, the ability to feel greed, the ability to feel jealousy, the ability to want the feeling of wanting to compete and beat others, etc., right? So emotions are a part of these instincts that you're born with. So when you feel emotions, you're basically having instincts basically like send chemicals through your body to make you feel a certain way. And we already know that in markets, you have to do the opposite of your instincts. Your instincts were useful back in the day, but the instincts are not useful now. There's no role for emotion in investing. The only way that emotions can be useful in your investing is to be able to understand when you need to do the opposite of what you're feeling. So at the bottom, it feels really bad to buy. So if you understand that it's going to feel shit when you buy, you just have to wait for when you feel shit, and that's the time to buy, essentially. So you need to do the opposite of your emotions, of your instincts, to make money. So if you listen to your emotions, what you're going to end up doing is buying the top, selling the bottom, FOMOing in, panic selling. You're going to be breaking your system/process. You're going to want to just gamble to get rich quick, and you're going to lose all of your money again and again. Okay? So how do you avoid making emotional decisions? There's a number of things that you can do which will help mitigate making a decision based on emotion. So number one, if you have a proven process or strategy. So let's say you have a system that says you can only buy when I tell you to buy, and you can only tell when I tell you you can only sell when I tell you to sell. If you had a system which was able to do that for you, then you wouldn't have to worry about when to buy and sell. You could just listen to a robot which has no emotion, right? And this is what I pretty much do with my investing. I don't really need to figure out where to buy and sell because I have a robot which has no emotion, which can do it for me, right? Let me show you this system. So, this is the Hunter algorithms. When everyone's shitting themselves saying the market's going to zero, my algo is emotionless, telling us to buy at 18K for Bitcoin. If we put this on the ETH chart, you can see that the bottom for ETH, we got like 10 signals at the bottom. We bought the exact bottom on Ethereum, right? You can see it here. When everyone was panic selling the bottom, this thing was giving us 10 buy signals to buy Ethereum, right? We're now up 2x, and Ethereum has barely gone up. It's only gone up 2x, and we called it 2x. Sold the top, bought the bottom again. These signals aren't as accurate, but you can see, bought the exact bottom again. Bought the bottom. Following a system removes you from the investment process, and it removes your emotions from the investment process, and it relies solely on the logic and the rational sort of insights given by data. So this system is the main investing system in my mastermind. Again, I've mentioned it a few times. If you guys want to join my mastermind, where I give you everything that you would need to make millions of dollars from the bull run, then you should be looking into it. I don't have a website here, but you can try to find it. But yeah, like, you want a proven process? Well, I have one. And that's how I've removed emotions from my investment process. I don't make decisions without backing it up with data. Another thing you can do, have a community and a mentor who can check your emotions. So let's say you want to make a decision of buying or selling and you're not sure if it's an emotional or a logical decision. Well, you can just check it. Run it by your mentor, run it by the community. Hey guys, I want to buy this. It's up a little bit, but I really feel like, it's a good time to buy. What should I do? Well, just ask the guys in the community. They'll be able to give you an unbiased opinion, right? And another little hack is you don't invest more than you could handle emotionally. In investing, there is a sum of capital that you could invest with which you would have zero issues with emotions, right? Maybe it's $20, maybe it's $1,000, but there's an amount of money where you wouldn't give a fuck and you'd be able to implement an investment process with zero emotional problems. Whatever that number is for you, you need to invest a little bit more than that. And then you need to continue to push forward beyond that next level. So maybe it hurts today. Maybe you have 5K and that makes you emotional decisions. But let's say you make money and now you've got more money and you get used to the 5K. So 5K is easy now, right? You got 8K now, 5K is easy. So now you got 8K, you grow that to 20K. Okay, so now 8K is easy because you got 20K, right? As your capital grows, you always want to keep investing a little bit more than what feels right for you, than what feels easy. Because I think if you look at like how you make the most amount of money, you don't do so much that it really hurts and it fucks with your investing, but you need to do a little bit more than what's comfortable because you need to test yourself a little bit, right? Often the amount of money that you invest with that has zero emotional impact is never an amount of money that would have a substantial impact on your lifestyle. And if you're doing crypto and there's no chance that you'd make money to make your lifestyle better, then what's the point, right? For me, I could invest with $50,000, $20,000, whatever, and I wouldn't care. I could lose it all and I wouldn't care. I wouldn't have emotions. Let's say $20,000, I wouldn't have emotions, right? But the problem is I would never, if my total investment capital was 20K, I would never make enough really to make it I wouldn't make enough to have any substantial impact on my lifestyle. And then it's like, what's the point? If it doesn't change anything, then why would I do it? So you always want to have a little bit more in the market than you can, than what's easy, but not too much. So if you guys can't stop making emotional decisions, maybe you're just trying to put too much money into crypto and you just can't handle it. Another thing, make yourself more busy. So one of the reasons I see people making dumb decisions is they got too much time on their hands. When you spend all day looking at charts and the only thing you can do is look at your portfolio go up and down, you're obviously going to really, really care about what the portfolio is doing. Same thing with girls. I know I've done a few dating metaphors in this course, but they're useful. When you have one girl and you're unemployed and you've got all day, just sitting around, fucking around, fat, and your girl's going out partying or working or, hanging with friends or whatever, you're going to be more emotional about all of that than if you were to be busy. Let's say you were focused on your career, spending time with friends, making money, improving as a person, blah, 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 and your girl's, going to partying or hanging out with friends or whatever. Maybe the thing that you were going to get worried about doesn't affect you anymore because you're busy. You're living life. You're like fucking vibing, right? It's not going to emotionally impact you as much. So another key to removing the emotions is to just be more busy, do more things, live an exciting life where you don't need to rely on crypto gambling to basically feel something, right? It's so stupid. That's why I love surfing combined with investing, because surfing is addicting, and it's more addicting than crypto, or it's at least equally addicting. If I didn't surf, I would just sit inside all day and do crypto. And if I sat inside all day and do crypto, I'd be looking at charts all day. I'd probably end up watching a crash happen live. And because I'm watching the crash happen right in front of me, I might be inclined to want to sell because I'm panicking. But if I'm out in the fucking ocean surfing and the price crashes, who gives a fuck? I'm just chilling. I'm in my position. The crash doesn't mean anything, right? I'm just chilling. So that's a really good reason why you need to do sports, maybe build businesses, have a full-time job. You know, looking at charts all day is just going to make you less money. You make the most money by doing nothing. And this is why if you look at the best stock market portfolios, it's the portfolios of dead people, right? Why do dead people make the most money? It's because they don't fucking do anything. They can't sell. If you delete the sell button and you force someone to handle the volatility, they just end up outperforming everyone, right? That's at least what's happened historically. So it's similar sort of thing in markets, in crypto, right? The people who end up making the most money end up doing the least with their portfolio because they're not making emotional decisions. They just bought when they saw a logical, good opportunity, held, and then sold when the opportunity went away. And then boom, done. And last but not least, listen to yourself first, others last. This one is hard for a lot of you guys to do because you're not really worth listening to. You shouldn't listen to yourself. So I guess the answer really here is to become someone worth listening to and then listen to yourself. Because right now, maybe you can't invest, and so you have to listen to me. But the goal is that you become good enough at investing that you can make independent decisions, that you don't have to go on Twitter and then listen and know when to buy based off of when Twitter accounts tell you to buy. You shouldn't have to rely on a Twitter account telling you what coin to buy to know what coin to buy. You should be able to listen to yourself and what you believe is a good investment first, and you can always, run it by other people later, But investing is an internal to external game. I think I already made a video on this. Investing comes internally and then it goes out externally. So you do everything inside of you. You come up with the idea, you come up with the thesis, and then maybe you run it by other people to get feedback. But you don't go on Twitter, look at what people like, and then, basically buy because they said to buy, right? That's external to internal. You looked at what someone else did, and then you copied them. No, you need to look at what you do, what you want to do, make your own decisions, internal to external, have your own thesis, have your own plan, and then maybe run it by other people afterwards and then implement it. Okay? So that's pretty much the end of this video. It's a little bit shorter, but it's a simple topic. So don't make emotional decisions. Cheers. I'll see you in the next one.